Hi guys, JT here. Today I'll be bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Deck Builder Bundle of July 2022. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? If you want to know more about game deals, then feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So let's get into it. At number 1, we have Library of Ruina, a complex deck building RPG with a 100% wacky but captivating story. You play as a mercenary who walked into a magical library in search of sandwiches. You're then cut up by a robot librarian girl called Angela. She resurrects you and binds you to serve her to find a perfect book to make her human. Your job is to lure people into the library, defeat them in battle, which allow Angela to turn them into books to get one step closer to being human. You can even read the books that were once human for some background story and to get an insight into future enemy encounters. Furthermore, by collecting books, you unlock more cards which you can use in battle. About the battle system, it is very complicated and it takes a while to learn, with a mix of strategy and luck. However, once you learn how it works, the game becomes so much more fun to play. Be forewarned though, this game gets more difficult and complex as you progress through the story, which will provide you a great challenge for your brain and patience. In saying that, if you're into a challenging strategy game with a good story and wanting to collect books and cards made from humans, which you've totally tricked into being murdered, then this game is a great addition to your library. At number 2, we have GWENT, a deck building game based on the Witcher universe. Sure, you can play this game for free, but with this bundle you get to start strong with its ultimate starter pack. GWENT was originally just a minigame in The Witcher 3, but due to its popularity, CD Projekt made it into a full-fledged game and a free-to-play one too. If you've played any other free-to-play deck-building card games like Magic: The Gathering Arena, then you know how this works. You play through daily quests, collect resources, buy new booster packs, get utterly disappointed at what you've got, rinse and repeat. And if you want to boost your progress with card gathering significantly, you spend them real dollars. Like any good card game, you get the usual decks which you can build in the game, like control decks, big fat monster decks, etc, etc. And the ultimate starter pack will help give you a huge boost to your quest in collecting all them cards. Moreover, CD Projekt balanced this game pretty well, so it doesn't turn into a pay-to-win scenario. If you're into games like Magic: The Gathering Arena, then you will most likely like this game. At number 3, we have Black Book, a unique blend of turn-based game and a point-and-click adventure game. You play an orphan named Vasilisa, who is destined to become a witch, but you decide to defy that destiny and got married, and things start going very bad for you. Your husband kills himself and gets sent to hell. As per your destiny, you become a witch, and you seek to break the seal of the Black Book in hopes of reviving your husband. This brings you on an adventure, doing quests and killing demons along the way. There are also some dialogue choices to make which will change the outcome of the story. Combat can be challenging, especially puzzle battles, where you're assigned certain deck builds to defeat your enemies. However, if you play on the easiest difficulty, you can choose to skip such battles. As you break the seals of the Black Book, more powerful abilities become available. There are also more traditional RPG elements in this game where you level up skill trees with experience points, creating a unique blend of RPG and card battling. This game is worth a playthrough, as it offers a unique look into the Slavic folklore and an interesting battle system. At number 4, we have One Step from Eden, a fast-paced, challenging roguelike with emphasis on quick reflexes and casting spells from available cards. Being a roguelike, each run you make brings you random sets of enemies to face. What's different about this game is your deck is also randomized, and it's up to you to quickly decide what cards and spells you would like to use as you're dodging around the battle grid. Battles can get pretty hectic, and memorizing 200-odd spells that you could potentially use poses a challenge on its own. Speaking of challenge, this game is difficult, and if you're not into difficult games, then this might not be a game for you. However, it is definitely worth giving a try in this bundle. At number 5, we have Vault of the Void, a roguelike card game that will truly test your strategic thinking. Unlike other roguelike deck builder games like Slay the Spire, this game is far less forgiving to newer players, and poses a challenge to veteran roguelike deck builder players alike. Every decision you make in each turn in this game will have a significant impact on your ability to win each match. Unlike some roguelike deck builders where you could potentially mindlessly brute force your way through, Vault of the Void grounds you back to picking each card carefully each turn. You could power up your cards to make their existing effects more effective, like increasing chances of poisoning an enemy. Like One Step from Eden above it, this game is difficult and requires your utmost attention and strategy while playing. It may not be as accessible as other roguelike deck builders, but definitely worth trying in this bundle. At number 6, we have Cultist Simulator, Anthology Edition. Ever dreamed of forming your own cult? Now you can do it via Cultist Simulator. The game where figuring out how to play the game is the game. Thus, the game doesn't do much hand-holding when you start. In fact, the game asks that you experiment with different cards to find out what they do. This game is also sort of a choose-your-own-adventure game with the primary objective of survival. And this includes making sure your health is good, your mental health is up to scratch, and so forth. You can die if you're not careful with looking after your stats, and the board can get a bit crazy the further you progress through the game. You can die from starvation, suicide, etc, etc, and when you die, you start another game as a different character entirely. You could end up being a cop who could be investigating your previous character or even a doctor. Each of these roles play very differently to each other, and it comes back to that word, experiment and survive. If you're into an interesting card game that tries to simulate your life as a cult member / leader, then give this game a try. At number 7, we have Rounds, a roguelike PvP game that was released as an April Fool's joke but has since stayed on. In this game, you're to fight another player online as a round circular character, thus the name Rounds. What is interesting about this game is that at the beginning of each round, you're presented with different cards with different abilities, and you're to choose only one of those cards to play the match with. You're then teleported to a random map to face off against another player who has chosen his or her card for the match. The losing party of each match gets to keep picking cards, so the victory scale hopefully tips more in your favor as you keep fighting your opponent. There are some insane card combos like being able to fire grenades like a machine gun while leaving a trail of poison, and it is fun to experiment with different card combos. This game is a fun and casual little PvP game, just to have a few quick rounds in, and it is definitely a good addition to this bundle. Although not for everyone, this bundle is pretty good if you're into some challenging deck builder games with some interesting mechanics. What do you think of this bundle? I would love to know in the comments below. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.